Welcome to the Ticket to Work module in the Work and Benefits training series. This training is by no means to make you a Ticket to Work expert, but to give you the seeds to grow your knowledge. We all have different levels of understanding, and our participants have different levels of benefits. Ask questions, be curious, consult, consult, consult. I'm Shelley Paquette, your Ticket to Work program specialist. I work with my manager, Chris McVeigh, and the Strategic Initiatives team. I joined Minnesota VR in late December of 2019. For 33 years, I've provided employment supports to adults and transition age students with disabilities. I've held many different roles, from direct supervision at local employer sites to case management within employment supports and the Ticket to Work program. I'm a community partner work incentives counselor, also known as a CPWIC, through Virginia Commonwealth University, and also a certified benefits coach and co-trainer through the Hub in collaboration with DHS. Our learning objectives for this training are to understand the Ticket to Work program in Minnesota, to know your role in the Ticket to Work process, and to understand why Ticket to Work is important. There's a copy of this PowerPoint available for you to print or save electronically on VRS SharePoint. To start off, we want to draw attention to some of the common acronyms Social Security uses to refer to different parts of their work. On the slide now are some of the acronyms you may encounter within the Ticket to Work program. To start, obviously, TTW stands for Ticket to Work. SSA stands for Social Security Administration. A CDR is a continuing disability review performed by Social Security to ensure that those who are receiving disability benefits are still disabled and entitled to receive the benefit and not have medically improved. CR stands for cost reimbursement, the revenue from Social Security when VR serves a ticket holder. Later in this training series, we will go deeper into this topic. EN stands for Employment Network. Social Security beneficiaries with a ticket can receive services through VRS or through an agency that has entered into agreement with Social Security to provide employment services to Social Security beneficiaries. TPR stands for Timely Progress Review, Social Security's way of tracking progress for an individual receiving services under Ticket to Work. Progressive benchmarks are expected at the end of every 12-month period. CDRs are postponed if the individual is making the expected timely progress. TWL is trial work level. This is an amount Social Security uses to gauge timely progress in the initial years of ticket assignment. Trial work level can change each year based on the cost of living increases set by Social Security. SGA, substantial gainful activity, is the next level amount which Social Security uses for subsequent years with progression towards greater self-sufficiency. SGA can change each year, also based on the cost of living increase set by Social Security. More details can be seen on the Developing Your Work Plan, or sometimes called the Purple Sheet, or in Policy and Guidance, Chapter 17, Ticket to Work. Mario has recently applied for VRS and is on SSDI. He's been working part-time and now wants to go full-time. He reports he received a phone message from Social Security about Ticket to Work services. Let's listen in.
I received a phone message from Social Security about Ticket to Work services through VR. What does that mean?
So, what is Ticket to Work? It's an employment program to assist Social Security beneficiaries with increased choices for employment supports as they work towards the goal of increased self-sufficiency and decreasing the dependency on the cash benefit. The overall goal of the initiative is to maximize the economic self-sufficiency of beneficiaries by providing informed choice of vendor. Who is Ticket to Work for? There are 3 pieces of criteria for an assignable ticket. Ticket to Work is for people who are currently receiving cash benefits between the ages of 18 and 64 and have a diagnosed disability. The Ticket to Work and Work Incentives Improvement Act was passed in 1999, offering increased employment support options to beneficiaries through vocational rehabilitation services or newly created employment networks. Prior to the act, VR was given a lump sum to provide services to Social Security beneficiaries. The act created reimbursement at an individual level, which can reimburse all or part of the VR services and supports, which contributed to the individual reducing the reliance on their Social Security cash benefit. So when an individual reduces the reliance on their cash benefit past a certain threshold, called the Substantial Gainful Activity, or SGA, VR may receive reimbursement from Social Security. This is called cost reimbursement. Cost reimbursement can be received anytime during VR services or years following case closure. In addition, it is possible to receive more than one claim when an individual reaches the 9 months of SGA based on the VR periods of service. Let's check in with Mario and his counselor.
I received a phone message from Social Security about Ticket to Work services through VR. What does that mean?
In our previous conversations, you've shared with me how your disability impacts you, and we know that you're within the age range and are still receiving your cash benefits, so you're considered a ticket holder. Ticket to Work is a program to help people receiving Social Security benefits to reach their employment goals. Employment services through Ticket to Work can be provided by VR and agencies called employment networks, or ENs. While you receive VR services that are identified on your employment plan and you make timely progress, you will receive protection from a continuing disability review, or a CDR. Then once your VR file is ready to close, we can help you identify if you need ongoing supports and assist you with a handoff or transfer of your ticket to an EN of your choice.
I've had a disability review before. They asked for a lot of the same medical reports I had to provide when I first applied for benefits. I was pretty anxious and don't want to go through that again. But what is timely progress?
Social Security has earning benchmarks which they expect ticket holders to work towards in order to maintain the CDR protection. Each year, your progress is reviewed and compared to the benchmarks. For example, the first year requirements are to work 3 months at trial work level or a combination of work and school. I can provide you with more information about the details of timely progress if you're interested.
What happens if I don't make progress?
If you don't meet timely progress, you would return to the CDR schedule you were on before, when you first started receiving your cash benefits. It would not mean that you would lose your cash benefit. All other work rules, such as reporting earnings, still apply.
We just saw Mario and the VR counselor discuss timely progress. Here on this slide, you see the Social Security timely progress benchmarks reflected in the VRS Policy and Guidance Chapter 17. Each year from the date of ticket assignment, there are progressive benchmarks which are expected to have been met in order to receive CDR protection. This protection continues until the person either completes vocational rehabilitation services or fails to meet the following timely progress guidelines. Social Security will also consider timely progress to be met if a certain percentage of the work requirement, in addition to a certain percentage of the college requirement, has been completed. The individual is responsible for providing timely progress information to Social Security. It is possible that you may be asked to provide information to Social Security about an individual's timely progress if the individual did not return their report. We have various resources that take a deeper dive into the details of Ticket to Work and to help you talk with your participants about Ticket to Work. They can be found in VRS Policy and Guidance Chapter 17, Ticket to Work, in Counseling Resources, under Ticket to Work and in Forms. There are also a variety of external resources linked on this slide. You may want to familiarize yourself with all of these resources, including the 2 fact sheets listed at the bottom, which are from Social Security and can be given to the individuals. Let's take a look at a few new ones. First, the first one we'll look at is the Ticket to Work Benefits Planning Desk Aid. This is a reference sheet designed to provide quick connections when offering direction to Social Security beneficiaries. It contains resources to share with the individual or use yourself for both Ticket to Work and benefits planning. It also contains links to various resources covering these 2 topics. The directory is a link to a listing of known Minnesota employment networks. There are national ENs, but this list can help you identify Ticket to Work employment networks located in Minnesota. This list is continually being updated, so keep checking back at this directory. The Ticket to Work Partnership Fact Sheet is a 1-page document developed by Social Security. You may choose to share with an individual who are closing employed with VR and may need or desire further employment supports through an employment network. The benefits fact sheet contains information about Ticket to Work and benefits counseling. Also, within our desk aid that we first reviewed, there are links included to some of our employment-specific benefits planning resources. For example, DB 101, MinWIC, Minnesota Work Incentives Connection, and our local CILs, which provide benefits counseling services.
Mario, throughout our employment planning together, you've identified that you want to work full-time. So before our meeting today, I dabbled a bit in the DB 101 Work and Benefits Estimator. I'd like to go through that together as well. Even if you work at part-time status with your goal, you'll be over an amount that may impact your continuing ability to receive cash benefits. In addition, I know that you have other state and local benefits, such as subsidized housing. And with that, we may want to consider bringing in an expert. So before we move further ahead, I want to talk to you about a benefits plan and agencies in Minnesota, which are able to help with this.
Here we saw Mario and his counselor continuing their conversation about the impact of Mario's work goal on his current benefits. The discussion regarding benefits and work incentives can start prior to being accepted for services to help people decide if they want to work and pursue vocational rehabilitation services. The discussion should continue as an ongoing part of counseling and guidance services if the person decides to pursue services with vocational rehabilitation services. Sharing knowledge of work incentives and how the use of incentives can assist in making a smoother transition to self-sufficiency. In this example, the counselor, even though she had some basic knowledge of benefits and work, she knew for Mario's case, she needed expert help with benefits planning and started an informed choice conversation as to what level of service Mario may need and who will provide the services. Thinking to yourself, I'm no benefits expert? No problem. There are resources to use and tools linked on the previous slide you can use to increase your knowledge, many of which are also located on the Ticket to Work desk aid. There is also a work and benefits module focused on benefits planning. In Minnesota, our hope is to follow trends that all Social Security beneficiaries make an informed choice about their benefits and their employment goals, whether they have a ticket or not. If an individual chooses not to pursue SGA level employment, we respect that. We need to offer benefits planning services to all beneficiaries. For VR, when an individual has a ticket, receives benefits planning, and works above SGA for 9 months, it increases the likelihood that VRS will receive cost reimbursement. For the beneficiary, they are able to receive continued CDR protection and the supports they need to earn their sustainable livable wage. To say it simply, we offer benefits planning services to any individual with Social Security benefits, whether they have a ticket or not, throughout the VR process. Through ticket holders, we increase our program income. Ticket holders increase their personal income and reduce their reliance on the Social Security cash benefit. It's a win-win-win for everybody. The goal: to have conversations about benefits early and often.
Hi, Mario. I'm glad we were able to connect today. First, I want to say congratulations. You've been successful in your full-time job for 90 days. And as we discussed, your file with VR will be closed. As we've talked throughout your VR services about supports you may need or want after your VR case closure, from the options we discussed, you chose Acme Inc. as your employment network for these services and supports. This means your ticket will be released from VR and assigned to Acme Inc. to maintain your CDR protection and receive supports to maintain your employment. Fortunately, Acme Inc. also has a benefits planner to continue assisting you with the benefits questions or needs you may have based on the previous benefits plan we developed.
Thank you.
Each case is different. An ideal smooth handoff to an employment network would occur at the same time as the VR closure to allow continuity of services. To give you a better understanding of the Ticket to Work VR process, these next 4 slides will outline what it looks like. The first step: discuss the person's ticket status during the initial interview based on how the person filled out the benefits section of the application information form. Having conversations about benefits early and often is an important part of the VR process. If there are concerns or questions over assignment or assigning their ticket, reach out to the Ticket to Work program specialist and your manager. Then the individual Social Security number is entered into Workforce One by the field staff office as part of the application. Then, during the data exchange of Workforce One and Social Security, the Social Security number is verified by the Ticket to Work program specialist. In some cases, there may be a discrepancy that requires attention. Most commonly, it is a transposed number in the Social Security number. The Ticket to Work program specialist will notify you if action is needed. Please note that the Ticket to Work program specialist does have access to Workforce One, and to protect personally identifiable information, also known as PII, only the record ID should be used in any communication. If you notice a need to change the Social Security number, you can also reach out to your FAS for assistance. Please notify the Ticket to Work program specialist when this occurs to ensure that a new SSA validation request is submitted. At the point of eligibility, provide the participant with the Developing Your Employment Plan form and review this form as you begin plan development. Again, conversations about benefits early and often is important for the person's employment planning. Once the Social Security number is validated and the employment plan is written, any available tickets will be placed in use for Minnesota VRS. In the event that the ticket's assigned to another employment network or state VR, there are steps listed in Policy and Guidance, Chapter 17, which you should follow to assist with the assignment from the EN. A ticket can only be assigned to one entity at a time. In order for Minnesota to receive cost reimbursement, the ticket needs to have been assigned during the period of VR services. If the person is unwilling to unassign their ticket from the employment network so that their ticket can be put in use by VR, their file must be closed. In these situations, consult with the Ticket to Work program specialist and your manager. Then the field office provides employment support and services as usual. An important note regarding case documentation: When a potential claim is identified and submitted, Social Security can request documentation to verify the services were provided and contributed to the individual reaching SGA level earnings. At minimum, this documentation should include the signed employment plan, invoices for purchased services, and case notes. Claims can be paid for cases which were closed many years prior. And once a claim has been paid, all documentation needs to be retained for a minimum of 6 years. If unable to provide the documentation for the claim is denied. Once an individual's VR file is closed, the ticket is released and available to assign elsewhere, if desired. Social Security will mail a letter to the beneficiary informing them that the CDR protection they had while the ticket was in use with VRS will end after 3 months, unless they assign to another ticket to work provider. If an individual has chosen to work with another employment network, the handoff should occur at the same time as the VR closure to ensure valid ticket assignment for the employment network. Contact Ticket to Work Program Specialist for assistance. The Ticket to Work Program Specialist monitors wage data from resources she has for Ticket to Work. After 9 months of SGA level earnings, a claim can be submitted to Social Security to consider for cost reimbursement. Claims can be submitted during the VR period of service, 2 months and years following the VR file closure. On a quarterly basis, the Ticket to Work Program Specialist will provide RAMs with a report containing the program income specific to their team. Field staff will be sent individual letters identifying revenue received for specific individuals and celebrating successful services. An additional note, if an individual obtains benefits during the VR service period, notify the Ticket to Work Specialist to ensure that the ticket is placed in use for Minnesota VR. Other than the steps we've just reviewed, as your Ticket to Work Program Specialist, I'm constantly monitoring opportunities for increased program income and ensuring that all possible tickets are placed in use for Minnesota VR. While I do not provide individual benefits analysis or full benefits workup, part of my role can help you with Social Security benefit verification, helping answer general questions about an individual's benefits, and if needed, researching for more information and offering you tools or resources. This training, along with other benefit modules, is meant to provoke thought, questions, and discussion around benefits planning and its role in VR. It's okay not to be the expert, but it's important to know how and where to find the information. As always, consult, consult, consult.